Hello everybody and very good morning. I am Muhammad Sharis Ben Zainal, your host for today. So today we are going to have a debate for about three candidates. We are going to talk about a topic, a public finance topic titled "It's Time to Test the Internet." So as we know, our country have developed so much, especially in the technology. So we already have lots of technology, including the internet. We can do lots of things with the internet, such as searching for information, doing some works, and even do an online shopping. So, is it necessary to put a tax on the internet or not? Is what we are going to talk about this evening. So we have three candidates. Let me introduce them. Our first candidate is Pinocchio James. Our second candidate is Darlinda, and our third candidate is Avril Charlotte. So without wasting any more time, I am going to give Pinocchio, our first candidate, Pinocchio James, his time to make his presentation and give his opinion about this topic.
Okay, so I agree that internet tax is giving advantage. So over the past few years, some of the bills or receipts have started to put the rules of having tax on almost every goods sold over the internet. So those who are in favor or interest or agree that every good should have tax are the retailers who have seen that their business being undercut by other cheaper online pricing. In Malaysia, the rate of tax that was implemented was 6%. So my first point about advantage of having internet tax is that by placing tax on the internet sales, allow the government to collect the tax revenue and can use it to upgrade the current infrastructure or put the funds toward country debt repayment and use it for government sponsored program. In Malaysia, the government has run so many sponsored program to help the small business to scale up the business. For example, in Malaysia, we have Small Medium Enterprise Emergency Fund, or also known as SMEEF, and Business Startup Fund, or known as BSF. So, Business Startup Fund has been established to help fund new startup technology-based company following to match their main objective. Their objective are to remove unnecessary obstacles to and develop a growth in the business in the company. As we know, during the COVID-19 pandemic, most of the small medium enterprise are badly affected by the MCO, which even made some of the SME or small medium enterprise bankrupt or closed. Therefore, with the government sponsored program, the small medium enterprise can scale up their business. By placing a tax on internet sales, the government would be likely to get extra source of additional revenue. Moreover, during the MCO, people are more likely to do online shopping and This will give big advantage to the government to collect additional source of revenue. So my second point is that the increasing overall price of goods caused by the introduction of sales tax will encourage additional competition between virtual or online shopping and brick and mortar stores. Brick and mortar stores that I'm referring is business that offer their products and service to its customer by face to face. So when competition occur, this will encourage either the online shopping and the brick and mortar store to generate ideas to hook the attention of the consumer by making promotion such as like giving discounts or giving free items that will attract the consumers to buy the product. So that is all for my point.
Okay, thank you, candidate first. So our first candidate is saying that it is actually necessary to put a tax on the internet by giving explanation about the advantages of having tax on the internet. That's actually such a great presentation from candidate first, Pinocchio James. But what we know about uh, another candidate perspective or opinion. So let us ask another candidate opinion. What do you guys think about candidate first opinion?
I'm sorry, candidate A, but I strongly disagree about your opinions on the tax sales on society or people because it's quite complicated.
Oh, so candidate 2 is actually disagree with candidate A or candidate 1 opinion. So candidate 2, what is your own opinion or your own explanation? Why did you disagree with candidate 1 explanation?
In my opinions, I think that internet sales or non-sell tax that contribute by seller or business on digital are quite regressive to lower income group because as you know, some people have to pay expenses and liability for living, especially in a current situation. A lot of people face a job loss, have to pay other expenses, and can cause income, lower income, side income, because we are living in a pandemic, and it's also affected to all people, all the group, but it's a sadly because for income group, for lower income group have a lower income, but this pandemic affect to their income, so they hardly to save their money. And besides, as you know, a lot of people like to live in the suburban area, which is a developed area that has advanced technology. They live in that area because it's easy to go to work, to do business, to have accessibility and mobility. But it can be costly since the expenses of advanced technology is quite expensive, and it can decrease consumer spending and hardly to save with their money. That is my first point. And second point, I think that the different price between on online and also imagine this as a candidate A say that people like to buy things on online. I agree that especially in the pandemic we can go out wherever we want. But I think it's a quite a burden to lower income group or to older people to buy items on online, because we have to pay double tax, we have to pay transportations, we also can manage our savings or can manage our money in bank. And I think if you go buy on merchandise itself, is a quite different. It's a bit a lower price than we buy in online. Okay, that's all my point.
Okay, thank you for candidate 2. You actually got a point there, that you mean that it not necessary to put a tax on the internet because it can burden the lower income group, right? Okay, you have a good point there. So what about candidate 3? What do you think about these two candidate opinion?
Okay, so I actually disagree with candidate 2, but candidate 2 point, but I agree what candidate 1 point. It is because for even the people income higher or lower, they're still willing to pay the taxes if they buy in online shop, even though the goods or the taxes is expensive or not. Uh, if, and most of people also pay the goods and taxes according to their ability. And with this internet taxes, if government implemented the internet taxes, the government can also use can collect the tax revenue to add our current infrastructure, and which is they will provide a good value for to in some area for people lives, and where they can concern the safety and the healthy areas. My second point is, um, with the internet taxes, government also can sponsor lots of some program, or may put the funds toward debt repayment. And and internet taxes also will internet taxes also desirable, and it is because most of people will impose the taxes on some individuals, and most of them will able to pay the goods and the taxes, internet taxes. That's all from me. That's my
Okay,
opinion.
so you totally agree with candidate 1 opinion and explanation instead of candidate 2, right?
Yes,
So
I
now,
agree with candidate 1 opinion.
it's 2-on-1, with 2 person candidate agree that we should put tax on the internet, and 1 person is disagree with it. So candidate 2, now the other 2 candidates have already decided that they actually agreed that we should put the tax on the internet because it can give us lots of benefits instead of disadvantage. So what is your opinion? Do you still want to argue, or do you just want to agree with them?
Okay, since I got no options about my opinions, and I think I agree with the point one, with the candidate one. So I think it's better for government to contribute this self tax to people.
Okay, so all three candidates have already decided that you all agree that it is necessary to put a test on the internet, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we agree.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so our result for today's debate is like we actually know that we actually already decided that it is actually necessary for us lots of benefits instead of disadvantage, such um, it can give the government extra source for more development, and still like also the lower income group also can pay the tax since it's not too high. Okay, so for today conclusion is internet tax is actually necessary as it can help our country to gain more profit and develop more and more in the technology, and also because actually the internet tax is not too high and it is not a burden to the lower income group because they still can pay the tax even they have low income. So that is our conclusion for today's debate. That is all from us. Let's close this topic and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.